All right, hello everyone. If you're joining us, thank you very much. This is our very first podcast. We are Nerds in a Box. We have Tessa Barlotta, Dan Kiefer, and I am John Dwyer, and we're here basically to just cover everything from comics, pop culture, movies, video games, everything that's covered inside the Nerd Kingdom and stuff out of it as well. We're very excited. This is our very own podcast that we're starting for the first time today. So thank you for watching us. Thank you for joining us and supporting us right now. Every Monday we're going to be releasing a new YouTube video that's going to be about 15 minutes long. And then we're also going to be releasing a podcast that's going to be about an hour long that's an expansion upon what we're talking about in the YouTube video. So make sure that you subscribe to both of those so that way you kind of get a double dose of information from us. Now, if you're watching this, you're probably either on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook page. If you're not on our Facebook page, go ahead and look us up. We're Nerds in a Box, so look us up, like our page, and it'll be updated every Monday with stuff, brand new stuff that we want to talk about.
Also, through our Facebook page and our YouTube, actually, you can submit comments
and
about...
our Twitter. We have a Twitter.
And our
Yes.
Twitter about how we can improve, anything that you would personally like to hear about. And if you have any questions for us, please feel free to ask us.
Without any further ado, why don't we get started talking about Guardians?
Sounds good.
So, Guardians of the Galaxy, for those of you that have not seen it yet,
Shame
is
on you.
Marvel's newest film featuring technically the B-list Guardians of the Galaxy in the Marvel
Yeah, it's definitely not the
universe.
original group.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorites, Rocket and Groot, of course. Gamora, who was actually kind of back and forth for a while, but she, I guess, is the most badass and most well-known female character, and I think that's why they stuck her in. And then, of course, there's Drax, because he's a big deal, because we have Thanos coming up, so of course we have to have Drax in here, even though he probably won't end up killing Thanos, I don't think, in the movies, just because Captain America
I was like, they have way too much build-up with the Avengers coming in. I don't know if they'll give the satisfaction to Drax, or if they'll make it like, teamwork killed him, you know.
Exactly.
I mean, you laugh, but it's so true.
Oh, I know. I laugh because it's true.
Exactly.
Because that's what will happen.
Definitely go see it.
Awesome sauce.
It
Yeah.
is awesome.
It gets three nerds recommendation here, so it gets
A1.
It gets 3 boxes out of
Steak
3 boxes.
3 boxes.
Because that plays very
So-
rating system.
We can make that a rating system.
Alright.
We can see what they think.
Alright.
So,
It gets 3 boxes, guys. 3 out of 3 boxes.
So do we want to talk about, like, Guardians and what it opens up for the universe? Because that's, like, huge and enormous.
yeah, I guess we really can, because we can talk, the successes, we can talk about how that opens up the possibility for new characters, new IPs, there's a Howard the Duck cameo at the very end of the movie.
At this point, we can pretty much do anything, kind of deal.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, especially if you look at the collectors, like, a lot of people are analyzing the collectors. I feel like his room, that's going to be one of the most freeze-framed moments.
I still think
For-
Ray Bill is in there. I swear to God.
For a good
Yeah.
while, because, exactly, people are like, I could have sworn I saw that character. I saw him, and then everybody's like, oh, did you see the Dark Elf? I saw the Dark Elf. And, like, they're just going around every single thing that was in him. Especially, like, Adam Warlock's Cocoon.
Oh.
Everybody's freaking out about that right now.
Yeah.
I rewatched Thor 2, and I was staring at it during the final scene with that. I was like, there it is!
That'd be
Yeah, well, this is probably the best time to introduce people to our next segment.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So, just so you guys know, every week what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and have a superhero spotlight where we try and focus on a new superhero. It doesn't have to be related to what we're talking about. Sometimes it will. Like today works out perfectly so that we can just educate you guys on a superhero that you may not have heard of or may not even know about, because Adam Warlock is not super well known.
Yeah.
So this is our superhero spotlight. We're going to be doing this every week, hopefully.
Yep.
So this week is Adam Warlock. You know, he had his own comic book series for a while, but he started because there was this group called the Beehive. You start on this Beehive base, which is basically located on the highest point on Earth. The point is that you can't get to it, or that you're not supposed to. And so they basically try and create experiments that's supposed to better mankind and better evolution. And so they ended up creating Warlock, or as he was known then, as him. So he was created, and so, you know, he was just created, and then he was just like what looked like probably a man in his 30s. He didn't really have a childhood, teenage years. He didn't have young adult. He didn't have any of these things. So he was kind of born in a sense, confused, didn't know what was going on. He escaped the beehive and destroyed it. And so he actually fights with Thor because he tries to kidnap Sif. Obviously, Thor's gonna have none of that, including Sif. So he gets beaten, and so he basically creates this cocoon, and so every time he comes out of this cocoon, he gets more and more powerful. He's got like superhuman speed, strength, agility, durability.
Magic powers.
Yeah, he can create magic. In later versions, he can locate and create wormholes. He can travel at the speed of light. He can teleport. He can do all these things. He goes to
Counter Earth.
Yeah, he goes to Counter Earth, and then he basically becomes their savior in a sense because when he was reborn, the guy who rewrote him was influenced by Jesus Christ Superstar. So he actually created him as
beautiful.
like a quasi Jesus
Savior.
parallel, savior parallel, but but like also not at the same time. So he basically becomes the savior of Counter Earth, and then he travels more, and then he he discovers this church led by Magus.
Or no, Magu?
It's Magus.
Magus.
Yeah, Magus, excuse me.
Yeah.
So created by Magus, and you don't know who this is at first, and then you find out that it's actually just evil warlock.
From the future.
From the future. So, then there's this whole big storyline about how he has to take down his evil counterpart with the help of Drax, Gamora, Pip, Thanos, with some of these people, and so then Thanos actually sends him to the future, so he can see his dying self, and so he actually takes his dying self and basically creates the Soul Gem. He eventually becomes in possession of the Infinity Gauntlet, and then because he realizes it's too much power, he essentially gives the stone each to Thanos, Pip, Drax, Gamora, and himself. And then there's one I'm missing in there. But the point is that they split it up, and then they become the Infinity Watch. Then they guard over everything, and then there's also another storyline where he has to split the good and evil within himself, and from there the goddess is created, and
Magus.
Yeah, Magus is created again, and so then he has to stop them because one just wants to kill everything, the other one wants to kill everything that can cause sin, and it's just kind of there's a lot to him, and there's a lot they could really do with the character.
He's a popular guy.
He is. He's had several runs, he's had several names, he's gone back and forth, been in and out of a couple teams, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's even been with the Nova Corps a little bit.
Yeah.
So
he would be a popular choice to go onto the team, especially since he's already technically in the world of the movies, unlike Nova.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, true.
Which they might just throw him in after Avengers 3, and that actually would be a really good Guardians 3.
Yeah,
if they wanted to
afterwards.
pick that up.
Yeah, that would be really
good
cool.
idea.
Hear that, Marvel?
Yeah.
If you want to listen to all the random nerds from Florida, get down here.
Yeah, please.
Get on that stuff.
We'd love to help you come up with movies, Marvel. But yeah, it's, we have the speculation now that if Peter Quill's father is not Jason, a lot of people are thinking that it's actually going to be Adam Warlock.
I don't know if you could get away with that, though, because Adam Warlock has so many different powers and different things, and he's just kind of...
Yeah, but we don't know
layered.
we don't know how to write him because he's got so many different powers every time he gets recreated.
True.
The first time when they introduce him,
Could be just
he could just be relatively normal Joe.
There are multiple times where after he was in his cocoon, he came out and merged with a loss of powers.
Yeah.
One of the first reasons why he actually got the Infinity Stone was because he didn't have certain powers that he used to have, and they're like, here, have this Infinity Stone, become stronger.
He sacrificed those, I believe, superhuman durability and regeneration in order to save,
Counter Earth?
Yeah, I think save
From
Counter Earth, save a few things.
creative name, Manatees.
So it'd be interesting to see like how exactly that would happen, because it's feasible that he may not be as powerful as we think if the Power Stone did in fact rupture his cocoon
True.
and like awaken him from that early.
Before he was supposed to be.
Mhm.
But there's also, I know we've speculated who Jazan's going to be played by. We really hope it's Nathan Fillion. We really
Yes,
hope
if it's
Nathan Fillion.
Jason, I would love Nathan Fillion. I
But
mean,
I don't know if we speculated about who we want Adam Warlock to be played
I'd
by.
still want Nathan Fillion.
Both of them simultaneously. Go.
I don't know, because Adam Warlock's drawn is almost this like pretty boy
Yeah, nondescript,
Superhero
pretty boy, blonde guy.
with like blonde, like almost surfer blonde hair with like longer. So I don't exactly know who I'd want to play that.
That would just be.
Yeah,
For
if
some
you
reason
guys
I think
have,
of Aaron Eckhart, that would be super wrong. I feel like. Well, I don't know.
I don't know, if you guys have suggestions,
'Cause I think
tell us,
now that I'm
please.
actually thinking about it, because he has that playful side and like the dark, like I can destroy everything.
Yes, but can you imagine? I guess he is kind of a blonde. He's a
Oh,
dirty
yeah.
blonde.
He's dirty blonde.
All right. Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah.
Aaron Eckhart. I'd
Yeah.
put him there.
Aaron Eckhart, Nathan
I
Fillion.
actually just rewatched Thank You for Smoking. I love that movie.
One of my
Yeah.
favorite movies ever.
So
But
good.
no, I also found out there's a character called the KG Beast. If you watched Assault on Arkham, it's a DC character called the KG Beast.
Good.
It exists. Going
Oh,
back to the
man.
Beast comment earlier.
Oh man.
Just
Good.
wait for our superhero showcase on the KG Beast coming up.
You're gonna be waiting a long time for that, guys. You're gonna be waiting a long time for that. But yeah, I mean, if you guys know who you want it to be Adam Warlock, definitely write in the comments
Oh, yeah,
and post
that'd be
at us,
awesome.
because I don't even know who I'd want. I mean, Aaron Eckhart, yeah, but I'm not like, yeah. Anyway, segueing from that, plots for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. What do you think they're gonna do?
Well, again, they mentioned that they're going to be looking for Peter Quill's dad.
Yeah.
So that all depends on whether or not they're going for Jason or Adam Warlock. The
They
cool
could
thing
also do both.
that's what I'm hoping for. I hope that they go after Jason, and then there's some side mission created by the awesome writers of Marvel, in which Adam Warlock is sent to go after Jason, creating that conflict.
Especially if Jazan's supposed to be from an ancient line, he could have like pissed Adam Warlock off in some previous life, and Adam Warlock's like, you know what, I'm gonna come kill you,
Mhm.
and then they
Yeah.
found him along the way.
And then
and-
something happens, friendship,
That'd
and
be so
then
cool.
Well, yeah,
Thanos.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not like Adam has anywhere to go. It's like, well, I got nowhere to go now. Might as well
Yeah.
hang out with these weirdos in their ship.
Well, Marvel also confirmed that James Gunn said that Thanos may or may not be in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Right.
He may be. It's basically like he'll be in it if we find a good way to put him in it. So,
We're gonna do
oh, is it
talk
about
the
that?
little box?
Is it about that time to talk about the little box?
Yep.
All right.
I think we should explain the little box.
I love the
now.
little box. All right. So each week we're gonna have this little box. You can kind of see it over here.
It's kind of little.
It's a little box.
Little box.
So
We may actually have a box sometime. but
exactly.
That's
so
a little box.
every
It's kind of
uh,
like the cone of shame, where like you did bad things. You sit in the little box for a little while.
Exactly. So like every week we're gonna try and have something new in the little box, or like maybe not every week, just whenever something happens that just kind of makes everyone upset everywhere.
It could
That
be-
person will be
yeah.
in our box. So we some weeks we may have a tiny box that will put like something in, but
DC for kicking Gail Simone off of Batgirl. There we go.
yep.
For an example.
Well, that is a good example.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people that want like Michael Bay in the box, like
for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Which we didn't talk about this week because none of us have seen it because we don't want our souls crushed.
well, a lot of people don't want him in the box.
Yeah.
A lot of people want him in the box for Transformers.
Yeah, that too.
So since he technically didn't direct.
No, yeah, he technically didn't direct Turtles, to be fair.
He just produced it.
He produced it.
So
he helped create the
He
monster.
helped to create it.
but I think the
He's
best.
still liable.
Yeah, right. But I think the best thing to put in this box this week,
Especially considering this is our first
For a
podcast, this is going
very-
to be the most memorable box.
for the very first box, I think the only natural thing to put in the box is Fox.
Yep.
Is Fox for canceling Firefly too early and showing them out of order. So
And canceling Dollhouse and canceling Almost Human.
yeah, so
Cheers.
I mean, you got to start with that. So yeah, it's been covered a lot, but
It had to happen.
It's got to be the first one. It's got to be our honorary box.
Oh, of course.
So,
And also, we want to introduce other sections that we couldn't really introduce in this one because we don't have any real questions yet.
Yep.
But we're also going to do like a cosplay Q&A. Like I know when we were also at Tampa Bay Comic Con for anybody who saw us there.
yes.
And I got asked a bunch about my Gamora makeup. So if you have questions about how to be green, how to do anything, I got some steampunk questions too.
Yep.
So by all
Ooh.
means.
Speaking of Tampa Bay Comic Con,
Yes.
if you guys did like us and you like this podcast and the video, which I hope you do, we're actually going to be at Mythicon.
In Orlando,
In
September
September.
19th.
Yep, September
19th
19th through the 21st.
Yes.
So I think we're going to be there,
The
20th and 21st? Yep, we're going to be there. It's going to be in the Orange County Convention Center, right by SeaWorld. So please come check us out, support us. That'd be really great. Other than that, we're going to be kind of popping up, sporadically at all different cons all over Florida while we do this. So,
Also, we might even do like a comic review section if you wanted us to like do one of those. Just
Yeah.
be like, ask a question. If we have time, we will definitely try and get to it.
yep,
Yeah.
we want to make you guys happy. We want to give you the best that you deserve, and we want to give you what you want. So feel free to post suggestions, questions, things you want, things you didn't like, things you did like. Post that on this video. Post that on the podcast. Let us know because we want to make sure that you guys get what you really want at the end of the day. So, all right, I think it's time to pretty much wrap it up.
Unfortunately, I think it is.
All right, well, thank you so much for sitting with us and coming into our own special box with us. So thank you so much for joining us. We're our very first podcast. We did it, everybody.
Yeah.
First
Woo!
podcast. All right.
And if you're watching our YouTube video right now and you enjoyed what you watched, enjoyed what you heard, please do check out the full-length podcast.
Yes, please share this. Please share our page, our video. Please just share us in general with
I'll
friends.
be posting on Twitter starting tomorrow, Monday. What's today?
Tomorrow is the 18th. Yeah, tomorrow's 18th. So please make sure that you just kind of share us if you like us. If you don't like us, show us to your enemy. So hopefully they'll like us. So thank you.
Punish them well with us.
Exactly. So thank you so much, everybody. We're very happy to be here. Very happy to bring you more entertainment as the weeks go on.
Yeah.
So that being said, stay tuned, and we'll have another topic out for you next Monday. We're going to be recording it hopefully next Sunday. So keep your eyes peeled to our page. So signing off, I have
Dan Kiefer.
Tessa Barlotta.
and I'm John Dwyer, and we are Nerds in a Box. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.